The latest polls show the majority of Americans believe a terrorist act is likely or very likely in the U.S. within the next few months. And in response to the shooting in California and its possible terrorism connection, President Obama suggested that people on the no-fly list should also be banned from buying guns.
You know, some may be aware of the fact that we have a no-fly list where people can't get on planes, but those same people who we don't allow to fly could go into a store right now in the United States and buy a firearm, and there's nothing that we can do to stop them. That's a law that needs to be changed.
However, Congress has steered clear of trying to tackle any gun legislation in recent years. And while terrorism is on the minds of many, Valley News Team's Neil Carlson shows us it's not hindering folks here in the Valley and mostly anywhere from flying.
The U.S. Department of Transportation says the number of domestic and international flyers in the U.S. rose 18% over the last 12 years. 64 million flyers in just January of this year was the fourth highest ever.
Not one of the folks I spoke with here at the Grand Forks Airport this morning said the threat of terrorism had any effect on their decision to fly.
Right. Do you kind of feel like I'm not going to let this wreck my life?
Exactly. Yeah, living in fear is not the way to live, so we're going to keep going.
You don't let it make your decisions on whether or not you're going to fly, thinking about terrorism?
No.
I think it's safer to fly than it is to drive anymore, so.
I wouldn't go overseas right now.
Okay. But flying in the U.S., you're not too worried about it?
I am not, no.
The only person I found today who was worried about flying wasn't worried about terrorists. He just doesn't like flying.
Yeah, I'm just not a flyer. I don't like being up there in that air.
Now, if you have concerns about who you're flying with, there is no public information available regarding who's on the FBI's no-fly list. Dave Jolly, a spokesperson for the Terrorist Screening Center, can only say there have been no recent changes as to who winds up on the no-fly list.
The regulations that we're following are the same today, tomorrow, and 6 months ago. Our policies remain the same, and our posture remains the same.
So while information is limited as to who we're all flying with, it appears to be that the majority of us still believe it's safe. In Grand Forks, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
Now, if you want more information about who winds up on the FBI's no-fly list, we have a link to it online. Just go to valleynewslive.com and click on this story.